Many businesses across this country have had to pivot to try to stay afloat during this pandemic. One of them is Empire Provisions. Karen Coe is one of its owners. She's with us now. Karen, thank you very much for being with us. And just start by painting a picture of what you had to do to try to keep the doors open. What was your pivot?
Well, it was pretty dramatic for us. Empire Provisions started out as a really charming 30-seat restaurant and cafe. We had an accompanying retail side for all of our butchery and deli specials, and all of the things that we made in-house. But as COVID really started to become a very big and obvious threat to us, and we were seeing businesses locked down, we were seeing an increase in need of having more prepared meals. Our grocery shelves were getting depleted pretty quickly, and we made a very conscious decision to focus our efforts on that. So it was literally overnight for us where we made a decision to close down the cafe side of the restaurant and really focus on offering grocery, takeaway meals, home delivery. We built a website basically within a 2-day time span so that we could offer e-commerce for people who were feeling more comfortable doing curbside pickup as well as home delivery. And it was a huge shift for us. It was a huge learning curve. We really had to learn a lot of different systems and processes in a very quick and short time span.
And as you see, I mean, obviously you're facing a second wave in Alberta, as many parts of the country are. New restrictions being reimposed. Does it leave you unscathed, relatively unscathed, in the sense that your new business won't be shut down once again?
You know, I don't want to say unscathed because I do actually believe that we're all in this together. When people aren't earning, they aren't spending. And so there is, a little bit of a fear for us as a small business that with these new, restrictions, these new measures, and the fear of another lockdown, that it's just going to put another additional crush on people's finances and their spending. I mean, we're thankful for the fact that we can be open and that we can still provide this as an essential service to people. But to say that we would be unscathed, I think would just be a little presumptuous of us.
No, fair enough, and you make a good point, right? I mean, even if you've managed to operate your businesses, all businesses rely on consumers having the wherewithal to spend. Did anything surprising happen as you made this pivot? I mean, obviously, as an entrepreneur, you're used to problem solving and making changes on the fly. Did you run into any surprising bureaucracy or red tape as you changed your business model?
I think it's been difficult as a business that was able to stay open. To see the same support as businesses that had to make the tough decision to close. And I say that because we weren't necessarily seeing the same support when we had to take on, a lot of different measures to reopen our business with all of the different PPE measures that we had to put in place, the hiring and almost double hiring of staff so that we were making sure that we were doing things safe for our consumers. We didn't see that support on our end, and that I think was a little bit troubling for us because it almost felt like we were being penalized for staying open and finding a way to make it work. A lot of small businesses right now, we're not seeing great success just because we didn't have to close. We're really just in survival mode right now, and so it would have been great to have seen a little bit more of that financial support from the government on that end.
What will be different for you when this pandemic ends, if anything? What are your plans as you look ahead?
I think it's been a very humbling experience for us. And I think as we look ahead, we've definitely seen the shift towards a bigger reliance on e-commerce and perhaps seeing also a shift in people's reservations about being able to go in and sit down and eat freely. I mean, Empire used to be this very cozy spot where people would sit on top of each other. It was about getting people intimate and sitting at shared tables. We don't necessarily see that coming back anytime soon, which, makes us a little bit sad because that was definitely the charm of our business. But, in order to stay, successful and be able to look forward to the future, we do have to see that our business model has to move with the times and move with our customers' wants.
All right, Karen, great to have you with us. Really appreciate your time today. Good luck to you. Karen Coe is one of the owners of Empire Provisions.